Welcome to Secret Love Channel. Dear viewers, everyone has their own way of dealing with heartbreak after a breakup. But men often choose a path that few truly understand. They may not cry or confide in others like women do. But that doesn't mean they don't feel pain. Their wounds don't manifest in obvious tears, but rather in endless silences, late-night contemplations, and the sudden realization that once meaningful habits have now become empty rituals. Some men bury themselves in work to escape reality. Others seek fleeting pleasures to fill the void, while some withdraw completely, cutting off all connections with the outside world. No matter their coping mechanism, deep down, they go through a complex emotional journey even they struggle to comprehend. In the end, do they truly forget their ex? Or are they simply learning to coexist with their memories? Stage 1. No feelings yet. Unlike women, who are emotionally perceptive and often feel sadness immediately after a breakup, men take 1 to 3 months to fully grasp the pain of losing someone they loved. This process is even slower in relationships filled with past conflicts and suffocating tensions. That's why women often perceive men as heartless and indifferent after a breakup. Many men, right after a breakup, feel an overwhelming sense of freedom, finally able to do whatever they want. They indulge in all-night gaming sessions, drink and party until sunrise, without anyone questioning their whereabouts. Some even go as far as showcasing their post-breakup life as amazing on social media, hoping to make their ex feel jealous. At this stage, men don't yet experience the real pain of loss. Instead, they appear carefree and unbothered. However, this is only the surface level. Time will soon force them to face reality. Stage 2. The emptiness creeps in. After weeks or months of partying and even hastily dating someone new to prove their desirability, a sudden emptiness begins to take over. Out of nowhere, they start missing their ex, not just the person, but the warmth, the scent, and the memories they once shared. During moments of solitude, nostalgia strikes hard. He might find himself reminiscing about her laughter, the way she used to take care of him, or even the small arguments that now seem trivial. At this point, he may send a casual text, asking how she's doing, just to gauge her response. However, if the woman rushes back the moment he reaches out, he may take her for granted or even disappear again. Why? Because in his mind, she never truly left. He had the comfort of knowing she was still waiting for him. That's why, if you're a woman, you mustn't be too eager to rekindle things at this stage. Let him feel the depth of his loss first. Stage 3. Sorrow and regret. If his ex doesn't respond warmly, or worse, appears completely happy without him, regret begins to sink in. He might stalk her social media, looking for signs of sadness. But if all he finds are radiant photos of her living her best life, self-improvement, or even thriving in new relationships, the pain intensifies. At this point, he realizes that what he once took for granted is now gone. Yet, despite his sorrow, his pride holds him back from openly admitting his mistakes. He convinces himself that time will heal everything, even as the regret continues to gnaw at him. Stage 4. Swallowing his pride and reaching out. At first, his messages might seem casual, just polite check-ins about her well-being. But if she remains indifferent, he may resort to manipulative tactics like guilt-tripping or even picking fights to provoke a reaction. Some men, unable to contain their emotions, might lash out with accusatory texts, blaming their ex for moving on too quickly. But if she remains distant, He will eventually drop his pride and beg for another chance. At this point, if he truly loves her, nothing will stand in his way, not family disapproval, not financial struggles, nothing. However, for women, this is the moment to be cautious. Don't rush back just because he's pleading. Let him prove his sincerity through actions, not just words. Stage 5. Despair and hopelessness. If his ex has completely moved on or has a new partner, a deep sense of helplessness takes over. Depending on how deeply he loved her, this phase can last anywhere from weeks to months. Some men try to win her back one last time, while others quietly disappear, accepting their loss. Either way, they are left with the haunting realization that they let go of someone irreplaceable. If you've read this far, comment, "I want happiness," below to show your support for our channel. And if you haven't yet, give this video a like and subscribe. We appreciate you so much. Red heart. Stage 5. From disappointment to desperation. If his ex-girlfriend gets into a new relationship or firmly rejects him, a man will fall into a state of helplessness and deep disappointment. If the relationship cannot be repaired, he will be tormented for a while. Depending on how deeply he loved, this phase can last from a few weeks to several months. If you've followed along this far, leave a comment saying, "I want to be happy." Your support will motivate us to create more meaningful videos. If you haven't liked the video yet, please give it a like. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button to support us. We'll send you a heart as a thank you. Stage 6. Learning to forget. Once he realizes that the relationship is truly in the past and there's no hope left, he will try to move on. He may bury himself in work, plan trips, spend more time with friends, or engage in new activities. When he fully commits to moving forward, he will quickly escape the negativity. Occasionally, painful memories may resurface, but time will gradually heal the wounds. After a breakup, men often appear calm or even cheerful. Initially, they enjoy the freedom, long nights out, drinking without worrying about anyone checking up on them. Some even show off their newfound independence on social media, trying to prove that the breakup was the right choice or even something to celebrate. But in reality, it's just a fragile mask covering the emptiness waiting ahead. As time passes, that initial excitement fades, replaced by moments of silence. One evening, when the room is quiet, they realize that what was once familiar is now gone. The pillow next to them is empty. There's no one to ask about their day or send them a good night text. Suddenly, memories rush back like waves. Her radiant smile, the first time they held hands, the sweet dates, and even the painful arguments. It's not an unbearable pain, but a persistent emptiness that slowly eats away at them. In those moments, they may attempt to reconnect, even with just a simple text. "How have you been?" Or, "I saw your recent post. You look different." It's their way of testing the waters. But the irony is, even when they reach out, they don't truly know what they want. Part of them wants to rekindle the relationship, while another part fears rejection. This inner conflict makes their emotions even more complicated. If the woman responds warmly, they feel relieved, but if she is indifferent, or worse, happily with someone new, the sadness truly sets in. At this point, their confidence starts to waver. What they once took for granted, that she would always be there, now feels like an illusion. Some men may act out, sending bitter messages or trying to get attention through petty drama. But when all efforts fail, they are forced to confront the reality of their loss. Their once high ego crumbles under the weight of regret. If the love was deep, they might swallow their pride and try to make amends, showing up at places she frequents, bringing small gifts, or saying things they never had the courage to say before. It's their last attempt to mend things. But life doesn't always work that way. If she firmly refuses or has already found happiness elsewhere, they have no choice but to accept the truth. It's over. And then, when there's nothing left to hold onto, they begin to learn how to forget. In the days that follow, they immerse themselves in work, lean on friends, or explore new experiences to fill the void. Time, like a slow-acting remedy, gradually soothes their pain. Sometimes, old memories resurface, but they no longer have the power to hurt. This is how men move on, not in a rush, but by accepting the loss, little by little. And one day, they wake up and realize that the past is truly behind them, and life is still waiting for them to explore. Even the most successful men experience regret. Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez's breakup is just one example. Even the most powerful men in the world are not immune to post-breakup regret. Another case is Elon Musk and his relationship with singer Grimes. Elon Musk, known for his cold, logical mindset and relentless work ethic, has also had his vulnerable moments. After breaking up with Grimes, he openly admitted to feeling lonely. In an interview with Rolling Stone, he choked up and said, "If I'm not in love, if I'm not with a long-term companion, I cannot be happy." This statement contrasts sharply with the tough businessman image the world sees. Despite being busy with SpaceX, Tesla, and his ambitious plans for space exploration, Elon Musk is still human. After the breakup, he posted melancholic tweets and even shared a photo of himself sitting alone in a dark Tesla factory. Anyone following him could sense that, no matter how strong he appeared, he couldn't escape the emptiness of losing someone important. Still, like Justin Bieber and many others, Musk had to learn to move forward. But perhaps, in quiet moments, he still reminisces about old memories, because the more successful a man is, the more he understands that some things can't be bought with money or power. When a man moves on quickly after a breakup, there are cases where a man has no emotional attachment after a breakup and moves on effortlessly, as if nothing ever happened. 1. If the relationship was casual or unclear. If he was never serious about the relationship, breaking up won't affect him much. For men who only seek temporary fun or find their partner too easy to win over, moving on is easy. Some even jump into a new relationship immediately. 2. If the relationship was full of pain, if you betrayed him or repeatedly hurt him beyond repair, then it's understandable why he would end things without hesitation. 3. If he already has someone new. If he was already looking for someone else while still with you, don't expect a chance to get back together. First, he had to stop loving you to chase someone new. Second, he never truly valued you in the first place. Now that he's happy with someone else, he won't waste time dwelling on the past. 4. If you become desperate, posting too many emotional statuses, begging him to come back, or even getting family and friends involved to persuade him will only make him lose respect for you. The act of chasing and initiating reconciliation should come from a man. If he still loves you, he will take the first step. But if you appear increasingly desperate, he will only feel more justified in leaving. And here are 9 sentences that prove that the husband no longer loves his wife. Let's find out what they are. If your husband often says things like, "That's none of my business," or "Do whatever you want," then you are likely facing an unsatisfactory ending in your relationship. These seemingly unintentional sentences not only reflect an indifferent attitude but are also clear warning signs that love has gradually cooled. Psychologists point out that when feelings fade, actions and words that lack connection often become common. Scientists have even proven that there are seemingly harmless sentences that have the ability to destroy any relationship. So what are the verbal signs that show that the husband no longer loves his wife? Are there any signs that have appeared in your relationship that you have not yet realized? Do you see these sentences appearing in your married life? The more you pay attention, the more you realize that those insensitive words are clear signs of changes in love that not everyone recognizes immediately. Let's learn and explore those signals so as not to miss any worrying signs. 1. Do whatever you want. This sentence shows that your partner is really distant and indifferent to you. Maybe they no longer care about what you are doing when things are difficult or whether you are capable of finding solutions. If you still love each other, you will want to cooperate and help each other make choices when needed. However, you should not demand your partner's attention or help in every choice. 2. I don't trust you. Usually people who lack confidence or, on the contrary, want to manipulate others, often say this sentence. They want to find an excuse to cause trouble and may need a reason to break up. If you love each other, people often listen and will try to understand each other. 3. If you don't like it, go find someone else. The person who says this sentence shows that they don't want to change and really believe that you have to put up with their bad habits and shortcomings. People who love each other will be willing to communicate. Try improve yourself and respect your partner's opinions. This statement shows disrespect and stubbornness in the relationship. When a person refuses to change or listen, love will easily fade and the relationship becomes difficult to save. 4. That's none of your business, or, that's my business. Words like this are clear signs that the relationship is coming to an end. If your partner doesn't care about your difficulties, even when you ask for help, they don't have feelings for you anymore. People in love will always try to support each other no matter what the situation is. 5. I don't need to explain to you. Of course, couples shouldn't interrogate each other and no one needs to explain every single thing they do. But it's completely normal to talk about your day or your worries to your partner. If your spouse says this, they probably don't care what you think anymore. When one of you no longer wants to share or explain to each other, it is a sign that the relationship is gradually losing connection and understanding. If this continues, it can lead to irreparable distance. 6. I really love you. It may sound absurd, but the word, really, is often used when a person feels guilty or is trying to prove that they still love you. These words can be used as an excuse to explain their bad behavior. Along with this sentence, if your husband often uses the sentences listed below, the sign that he has lost feelings for you is even clearer. 7. I'm just speculating. Your husband may say these words when you are making him feel guilty. If the problem is really your speculation, you should calm down. Think carefully and tell your partner what you are worried about. Remember, I'm just speculating is not an answer. Ask your husband for a full explanation. But if they keep repeating these words, it may be time to review your relationship. Every relationship has its ups and downs. But when negative changes gradually become clear, it is time to stop and reflect. No one wants to let go of a love that was once everything. But clinging hopelessly only makes both of you more hurt. Men and women after a breakup all carry their own regrets and heartaches. But the most important thing is how we face and move on. Learning to let go when necessary is not a failure, but a brave choice to preserve your self-worth and open up opportunities for new happiness. If you find the video useful, please share it with more people, as well as subscribe to the channel. Like and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for your interest and follow up. Hello and see you in the next video.